Greetings, Planty friends. So I'm getting ready to go to my first ever plant swap. And I'm kind of like rushed because I wanted to work out this morning. So I just like rushed to work out and then came home. So I'll show you what I'm bringing to the plant swap before I go. And then we'll just see how it goes. I'm really nervous. This is my first one, but it should be fun, right? So let me just show what plants I'm bringing. Some of them are freshly cut just like 2 minutes ago because I wanted to make sure it was still happening before I cut those plants. And some of them have been rooting for a while. So let's show you. The first plant I have is this itty bitty baby monstera. It just fell off of the mama while I was repotting it, it fell off. So I just potted it up. It has roots and it's actually pushing out new growth. These are the Adansonii that I did a plant with me on, so you guys may have seen this one already. So I have two Adansonii. They're actually starting to put out new growth. So hopefully that's a sign that they are rooting well. This one is putting out new growth too. And then I have this basket of plants that I'm gonna pull out to show. So Philodendron Brazil, most of them are just starting to root. A lot of them are without variegation. So I don't know, they still look beautiful, but I promise they're Brazil cuttings. Other than that, I have a Scindapsus Argyrius, I think it's called, a Sade Alexus. And this cutting I just had rooting for quite a while. So I was going to put it with the mama over here, but I was going to put it with this mama over here, but whatever. I'm just going to see if anybody wants it. This is a string of hearts, just a plain old string of hearts that I just cut. There's 4 nice size strands. So if someone wanted to cut all these nodes into individual plants to get an even fuller plant, they could do that. But I just cut it and I just put this in here. So yeah. Next we have another Adansonii. This one is like more freshly cut. The leaves look a little bit better than these old Adansonii. So I have a lot of Adansonii for trade in case anybody's looking. They could really combine these and get a pretty nice size plant. And then finally, I decided that I wanted to cut the Mycans just in case, you know, like there was something else really nice there. I didn't want to only have more common plants. I wanted it to be a fair trade if there was something nice there. I feel like a Mycans has been on my wish list, so maybe it's on other people's. There's 2 cuttings in here. One is 1 leaf and one is this 3 to 4 leaf cutting. There's new growth coming out. A person could cut this trailing part of 5 leaves into 4 different cuttings if they wanted. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I recorded this video like 2 hours ago. And then I was thinking about just the video and editing and stuff. And I realized that I talked a lot about the results of the plant swap, but not like the experience of the plant swap. So I'm gonna like cut to this part really quick before I talk about the results. I look different because I like already took my shower and stuff. And then I was just like, wait, I didn't say much about like how my first plant swap was. So this is what this little clip is, and then we'll get back to the regular video. So here in Chicago, I think I already said this, it was rainy today, so I didn't know if it was still gonna happen, but it happened. They set up a canopy. The table was underneath the canopy. It was 55 degrees today and like drizzly, rainy and wet. So I got my rain boots on. I made my way to the park where it was located. When I got there, the table was set up. There were like 7 people there already. For this particular plant swap, I think it's different for each one, but for this one, the plants were laid out on a table and everybody was kind of just like hanging out around the table with their mask on, you know, safe and outside. And you come in, you put your plants on the table, and somebody might ask you like, oh, what did you bring? You can kind of announce it or just tell that person what you brought. And then you just start looking at the other plants that are on the table. You kind of like introduce yourself to other people, obviously. So I introduced myself, I set my plants down. As soon as I sat them down, sorry, my backpack just fell and the noise really scared me. As soon as I set my as soon as I set my plants down, the lady next to me was like, oh, hey, what'd you bring? So I told her. Everybody else was listening too. And then they were like, cool. And it was just so nice because people were like immediately drawn to the plants that I brought. And I was like, this was good stuff to put in the rest of the video. I don't know how I just skipped this part. The experience is like kind of one of the most important parts. So it was kind of cool to see people like loving your plants, because I was like, oh, nobody's gonna want these old things, but people like love them. It was so cool to like see somebody like the plants that you have been caring for. And then I was kind of like afraid that I was like taking too many, but like you're gonna see in the video, people were like throwing plants in my basket by the end of it. So I was like, okay, this is fine. It was very low-key, it was very chill, and I'm just glad that I did it. Everybody was super nice. They were talking about the next few plant swaps that they're gonna have this summer. So I'm looking forward to going to more. Yeah, it was just like so nice to like see other people loving plants, to be around people who love plants as much as me. There are also some like, I think some newer Planty people there, which is really cool. I feel like I'm like 2 to 3 years into liking plants, and I'm just now going to my first plant swap, but there were some people there that seemed like brand spanking new. So I was like, that's really cool that you already like know to come to a plant swap. And it was just a really good experience. I do want to say one thing though, since it was 55 degrees and like windy, the plants were outside. So they were kind of in the elements, and it wasn't a bright sunny day. It was like a wet, breezy, very kind of windy day. So I'm like crossing my fingers, saying a prayer for the plants that I picked up, because sometimes if like cold air hits a plant, they are affected by that, and you don't see the effects until like maybe the next day when they are shocked and they die. So that's the only downside to today, was the weather. I think like 55 is the absolute lowest that a lot of plant people talk about feeling comfortable taking their plants out in. Today was like 55 and windy. So I'm gonna keep a close eye on the plants that I got, just for that reason. Like, they all look healthy. I'm just kind of worried about how the weather today affected them. I just wanted to tell more about how the plant swap went, not just the results of the plant swap. So now that I'm done with this part, let's go back to the rest of the video. The first plants that I picked up were some lipstick plants. So I actually only grabbed this one cutting, but I was about to leave, and then the guy was like, here, take this one too. So I'm gonna put these together. They're actually sunburned, but I think it looks cute this way. It makes it look like it has an orange variegation. Kind of reminds me of a Hoya that's sunstressed, but I guess it's not. I think it's bad that it's sunburned, but it looks cute and I like them, so I took them. And I think it's called a lipstick plant because when it flowers, the flowers look like lipstick, like red lipstick. So that's cool. So that's the first plant. Okay, so the next plant that caught my eye was this succulent. I thought it looked really cool and spiky. It's not rooted. There are 3 pieces in here that are, well, actually one piece I'm seeing now. So we have this part, it's rooted. This one piece is not rooted, but I think it'll be pretty easy to root. Just cut off that dried off part and then stick it in the soil. I just thought this looked really cool and spiky. I only have one succulent, which is my jade succulent. So it's like, why not try another one? Super cute. We'll see. So the next one is making me laugh because it's a plant that I had that didn't make it last time. So this is my English ivy. I just started literally laughing when I was there because this is the plant that I got for Valentine's Day from my husband that I killed within like 2 weeks, which I've never done. So I was like, oh, it's here. So I obviously had to grab another one. So this is a variegated English ivy, super healthy, lots of babies coming out. It's going to probably be hard to see on camera, but you can kind of see the roots if you look closely through this clear cup. So I was like, okay, we're gonna try again with this baby. So I was really excited to see it. They also have some really cute non-variegated ivy, but given my track history, I just decided let's just start with the one before we like get too many. This is gonna be my second time trying this. Super exciting to be able to try a plant that didn't work out for you for free. So I get to try this again. I get another chance with this, but for free this time, so that's nice. The next cuttings that I'm going to show are, these are called, actually, I don't know what these are called. So I was on my way out again, and the guy was like, oh, and take this, and take this. I guess whatever's left behind, him and his wife have to take. So I kind of just got lots of cuttings on my way out. I was like, I'm done. And they were like, no, take this if you want it. So I mean, obviously I'm happy. I didn't want to take too many, but I'm happy to take whatever cuttings. So the next thing that was kind of nicely placed in my basket was these pothos. So I was told that they were an enjoy and or a jade pothos. If anybody knows what kind of pothos these are, please let me know. Okay, so this is another one that I picked up on my own. It wasn't like given to me on my way out the door. So I picked up this Hoya carnosa. The only Hoya that I have, well, I have two Hoya. It's a Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen, and then I have a Hoya carnosa compacta. And none of my Hoya have like leaves that are this big. So when I saw these huge Hoya leaves in person for the first time, I was kind of like in awe. These leaves are huge. The vine is like super strong. I think since mine is such a baby, I just didn't know that Hoya could have such strong, larger vines. This is just a simple green, I don't know, it's just a simple green form of the one that I have, which I'm starting to love Hoya because they're so easy. She said that she potted this up or cut it 10 days ago, and that it's just now starting to root. So yeah, you can see the roots starting there. So really cool. Super excited to have a simple green Hoya. This is no, this is not the last pickup. This is the last plant that I got from the plant swap. So this is a pink syngonium. This was also nicely placed in my basket on my way out. I actually am shocked that I didn't pick this up on my own. I was really happy that the guy like encouraged me to get more, because this is super, super, super cute. This is the last plant that I picked up. I got one more thing from the plant swap. Not a plant, but a pot. I love white pots, and they're kind of hard to come by. Pots are really expensive, so I was super excited to get this pot. There's no drainage hole, which is good because I just want to sit nursery pots inside of this. Maybe one day I'll decide to put a drainage hole, I don't know. But since I'm experimenting with Leca more, I'm now looking for pots without drainage holes. So it's like, at first I wanted all these pots with drainage holes, and now I don't mind a pot without a drainage hole. So I might just leave it how it is. I think this is super cute, and I'm happy to have found it at the plant swap. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm glad I went. I think I got some cool stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and quarantine these plants, wash them off, spray them down with insecticide just in case. So yeah, I'm gonna keep these in the kitchen for like a few weeks, and we'll see where they end up in my home. So I'm excited to show that in the update once we get there. I think that's it for this video. I'm going to sign off and talk to you guys later. Bye.